Screen recording. Hey, welcome to the first part of getting everything from camera straight into post. First, we're going to open up Shotput Pro, and now we are going to offload our media. So they have a simple way of doing this and a preset way. We'll use the preset way. This is our first time opening Shotput Pro on this system, so we're going to make a couple adjustments here. We're going to do a file size comparison instead of checksum, just because it takes longer and I feel pretty confident about the way the media was recorded. We're going to also make sure that it develops job reports. So here we go. We have PDF, a detailed job report, save in job reports folder. We're going to go and just make a folder on the desktop called job reports. Great. So it's going to save with the job. It's also going to save in a folder. This is great because sometimes if your system like crashes or something happens and then all of a sudden you don't have your job report saved on your hard drive, it's just great to have a job report. It's just easy to look through media and see what's going on. Definitely want to have thumbnails on the clips. And there we go. There's also an option now to upload proxies to Frame.io. This is going to be super helpful if you're like on set as a DAT and you want to just upload proxies as you're going. But we're going to worry about that some other day. So for this job, I've went ahead and made a folder in my projects. So this is a documentary project, so it's called Cuff Documentary. We'll go ahead and just make a short key here just so we can clean this up a little bit. And what I normally do is I have an asset folder, and recently I've been doing an online asset folder and then an offline, so that if we do need to go offline or go remote, we can easily just grab a folder that says offline and we'll have everything. And then we have footage and sound. And then as the project gets bigger, you know, you might do archival footage, you might do a Zoom recording, Zoom interviews. It could go on and on. The reason I like to number this is just because it keeps it in a nice systematic way so I can find it. But yeah, we'll start off with getting our footage. So we're going to plug up this card. All that, we're going to make a preset. So we're going to call this Cuff Documentary. And we'll call this camera Amira. Camera Amira. There we go. We'll call these reels. And then we're going to add in a couple other digits just because, we don't know how long this project's going to go on. It could be a 3-year project. But yeah, it's a documentary. And then what we'll do is auto number this, right? There's a lot of different ways to do the folder naming as well. You can do all sorts of cool stuff here. You can add another folder for each clip, right? And I think that's what we will want to do. So go back to here. Well, this is basic. This is advanced. It's been a minute. And then we'll add in our destinations here. What's great about Shotput Pro, I've been using it since, I guess, 2015 or so, is you can spit it to 2 drives at the same time and not lose any speed. So we're going to do a camera Amira. I like to keep the camera separate in footage because later on it's going to get really, really messy over time. And yeah, we'll just have this. And then you can also set up another place for it to spit to, just as a backup, which we will go ahead and do. We'll go ahead and copy over this folder. And we'll call this backup. Two separate drives, and then we'll also be cloud backing all this up as well. What I like to do when I'm selecting a folder, I'll just open up Finder and I'll just drag it in here and let go. And then boom. There we go, we got 2 destinations set. Now, when our media pops up, we can literally just drag it into here. So let me get this media going. Okay, great. The media popped up. Shotput Pro would like to access files on a removable drive. You know, I'm running a Mac here. It's a Mac Mini M1, and there's so many security preferences here. You have to enable lots of things, so just let it say yes to all this. So yeah, here's our footage. This is in a mirror, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and just drag this whole card right here. And it's gonna spit to both these places. So we'll just go ahead and begin. As you can see, it's gonna go ahead and start creating real number, the real number of the name, and then boom, it's just gonna start spitting this out. And it's gonna do this at the same time on the other drive as well. So like if you have two drives going, you're gonna see that this is gonna happen at the exact same time, which is great. And then, you know, if you have a lot more things going, like let's say you wanna queue up a couple other cards that are plugged in, go right ahead. In the meantime, we're gonna go to make a preset for sound. We'll call this cough documentary sound. And we'll call this sound. And then we're gonna add in a couple digits here. We're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna find this project here. We're gonna go to sound. We're gonna click open. We're gonna do a little advanced folder. We're gonna make a little folder for it as well, right? And then we're gonna also have a backup going as well. So we'll do a backup here. And yeah, this backup will just leave like this for now, right? We can make it the file structure nicer later. And close. So now we're gonna go and get this sound going. All right, so everything's done. So let's just check out how this looks on the back end. So we have our sound offloaded just the way we wanted it to, right? With our reports. So we have some reports saying that everything pretty much downloaded great, right? There's our checksum. And then our footage as well, we have our reports and our job reports right here. And this is what's really great about ShotPut Pro, is you can easily see visually what happened. So sometimes what I'll do is if I'm looking through a bunch of reels and I'm like, oh, well, what was this day right here? I'll just pop this up real quick. Oh yeah, I remember this day. We shot this thing. This can also help you get into post a lot quicker, because you can tell your editor, hey, can you please work on this clip here, this day, right? Yeah. One thing we want to remember is that whenever you're offloading, make sure you click what you want before you bring it in here and before you hit play. You can also create a number of presets for different projects that you're working on and let this be like your download bin. Well, that's it for this quick little how to use ShotPut Pro and download stuff. On the next video, we'll learn how to synchronize things in DaVinci and get it ready for Avid, Premiere, or if you're editing in DaVinci. That's a cut.